The Orange Room. In an orange room with black curtains. Actually, there's no curtains. But what are you going to do?
There's this curtain.
There's that curtain. It's really more of a tapestry, as I like to call it. It's Reverend Day here in the Wildwood, the roaming Wildwood lair. I've got this doggone Pete Anderson baritone. I just love this damn thing. Tuned from C to C. And I actually like, instead of doing songs in E, I like doing them in C because it doesn't hurt my vocal ease. It doesn't hurt my vocal ease. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to get to this. We need to connect. We're connecting. Woo! Can you dig it? Oh, you know what, folks? For whatever reason, my Restream is not working, which is irritating the bejesus out of me. The Restream chat. You're probably seeing us okay, ladies and gentlemen. But, Ryan, for some reason, I cannot log into my Restream chat on this doggone thing. What the hell? It's saying I'm logged out. That's unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Log in. Log in. Log in! Log in, you dirty dog. Why are you doing like I shouldn't have? Oh, here we go. Now we're going. Now we're cooking with gas. There we go. Hooray! Hooray, Internet! We're doing it. How's everybody doing out there? You all right? I'm waiting for messages to know that we're going. Hey, hey. Jeff Benson, Hotel Hola from Nuevo Mexico. All right. Yes, I do have the baritone at the ready, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see it all right? I'll move this back a little bit so I can engage in some savagery. Oh, we got it. You see it all right? All right. Okay. All right. We're going to mess around a little bit. As I said, it's Reverend Day. Of course, I have my signature Reverend, but I brought a couple other different Reverend guitars out. I got a Pete Anderson here with the PA1 with some delicious pickups. And I've got actually a Rick Vito model, the recent one, but in gray, which is delicious. Got a couple other things, too, as well. So. All good, Greg. Thanks from Southern England. Are doing very well here, thank you. Yes, a little baritone Little Feat there for your listening and dining pleasure. Nothing wrong with it. It's good for you. Little baritone Little Feat. A little baritone Little Feat. A little baritone Little Feat. Ba-diddle diddle diddle baritone Little Feat. Say what? Yes, this is the Reverend Pete Anderson Eastsider baritone, tuned from C to C. It's got 3 pickups like a Stratocaster and a jiggly whammy bar. And doggone it, good, clean fun. Hey, Greg, the sweep picking and shredding you did yesterday at the end of the show was sick, bro. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? While we're in the key of C, I'm going to try an old tune of mine that was kind of a boogie tune, but we'll do whatever comes out. This is a song called Nova Scotia Cold. It was off the trio record called From the Attic. We haven't done this one in a while, but it's going to be cool. I have a feeling it's going to be cool. These are my thoughts. Summer love. When I thought we had a fire started, you proved your heart was heat retarded. You're so low, let's go, You're so low, let's go, What do you think you know what cold is? Living in Indianapolis. I take a little trip to St. John. You'll find out what's really going on. You're so low, it's going to go. You're so low, it's going to go. You're so low, it's going to go. Can you dig it? It says, congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Hooray! Someone says that baritone makes everything juicy. You know, it certainly does. And it's good for you. Salutations from England. I like it. Good coffee lately? Yes, absolutely. We're going to get a funk meat sandwich. Well, you know, there's always one lurking. You owe me, allora. Tell us about that guitar. Well, it is, again, a Reverend East Sider baritone. It's Pete Anderson signature, and it's got 3 like Strat pickups. Well, it's got a telly pickup in the back, and then it's got a wiggle bar. It's got a wiggles bar, and it's rocking. From the attic in the basement, right? Salutations from Germany. Greetings, our German friends. Greetings, German friends. Say what? Greetings, German friends. Oh, great. Greetings. And from South Africa as well. Good Lord, we got everybody here. I like that. We got Europe, we got Africa, we got US of A, we got Canada. I like it all. I'm not afraid of it. It's got a semi-gloss finish. Greetings from Minneapolis. I like it. We're going to try some. I don't know if I can remember the words, but we're going to try this little Hendrixy thing. Train. can you dig it? Well, can you dig it? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Gristle King, what are you using for that rotary sound? That is on board the amp, ladies and gentlemen. That is my signature amp from Koch Amplifiers. My signature amp is called the Greg. And that vibrato's on the amp. The name of that song, that was a combination of Hear My Train A-Comin' and Machine Gun from our friend Jim Hendrix. I got the sniffles. I got the sniffles today. How's it all going out there? You guys hearing everything okay? Everything cool? Any questions out there lurking in Savagery Incorporated? I like that. I like that. I hope I can find a recording of that version anywhere. Well, that has never been recorded. We just did that actually for the first time this very evening. You could totally pull off that Ballad of John Henry by Joe Bonamassa on that guitar. I probably could. I don't know that one, though. Tell the truth. That's a good one. Yes, my wallet is having some pain. It always happens, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings from King George, Virginia. All right. I like it. Greetings to you. Greg is wearing the same, or Dylan is wearing the same t-shirt he had on yesterday. I'm sure it's a different one. Burning Desire, that's a great song. Burning Desire. Well, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. I loved your interview with Luke. Well, thank you very much. Just did a great interview with Deke Dickerson today. Did a great one with Andy Timmons yesterday. And, of course, we did the one with Rick Vito. There's a great one with David Grissom. Did one with Josh Smith. So they're all on the Wildwood YouTube page for those of you who may be tuning in from not Instagram, from Facebook that aren't aware of the Wildwood YouTube page. Get on it, and you can check out those doggone interviews. How about some Lumberboy? You know, Patrick, I'm going to pass on that. Not that I'm judging. I'm just saying it's not happening. Are those stainless steel frets on that guitar? Boy, Pete, I don't know. I don't think so. Love to hear you play some Rory Gallagher. Oh, I do like some Rory Gallagher. I don't really know any, though. I do Tattoo Lady. Well, I want to get that one going one of these days. Does Dylan know Rex Charmer? Of course he knows Rex Charmer. We'll do that one in a little bit. Turn me loose. Turn me loose. Right? What is the slimmest Gibson neck year and model? Well, I happen to, I'm going to go with the 60 neck is pretty, the Les Paul 60 neck is pretty small in terms of width, very skinny, as I recall. Also, SG necks can be very skinny as well. Any plans of coming over to Germany once this stuff's over? Yeah, we had a trip scheduled for the fall, but that's not going to happen. So we're hopefully going to come at some time in 2021. Is that next year? I think it is. Can you dig it? 62 SG. That's a good idea. There's a song of mine that I play in a lot of the acoustic videos, which I haven't done vocally in a while because I did it when I was younger and I can't sing that high anymore. But with this in the key of C, I can do it. It's a song called Fall from Grace. After my daughter Grace, who's now living back home again, I did a guerrilla run out to Vermont to pick her up and bring her back home. So she is now in the house. I have tunes for all the kids. all right. Can you dig it? Can and will you dig it? So again, today in with a Wildwood, we're not in the Wildwood lair or in the Orange Room. This is a Reverend Pete Anderson baritone stock with its glorious Stratocaster pickups. Can you dig it? Can and will you dig it? Now for the hell of it, I'm going to grab this rascal here. This is a Pete Anderson, Reverend Pete Anderson PA1. This is a beastly creature right here. And it is not afraid to unleash the beast. I'm just plugging Pete Anderson left and right here. That sounded weird. His guitars sounded like there was a digestive situation happening there. What? Ooh, I want a Pete Berry so bad, right? They're delicious. Your use of chords is great. Well, thank you very much, Jeff. I appreciate it. That got awkward. Am I right? Greg, you ain't helping my gas, you know. Well, you know what? That always helps to cause a little trouble, doesn't it? All right, let's see what we got here. Sunshine since I don't know when, but I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. That train keeps a rolling right down the sand. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. And I shot a man in the schwabbing on just to watch him die. I hear that whistle blowing right in my head. There's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee, smoking them a big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free, but those people keep on moving. That's what tortures me at it. They freed me from that prison and the railroad train was mine. Probably take a little further down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I let that lonesome bristle blow my blues away. Boom. Can you dig it? This guitar sounds good. These are actually not stock pickups in this guitar. This is they usually come with great humbuckers, but these you can get them with humbuckers. You can get them with the Revtrons. You can get them with their P90s. But these are actually Fishman Fluence Classic humbuckers, open core. And man, they sound good. Fiber to the prim, my man. Yes. Fiber to the prim. Yeah. People always ask, what am I using for gear? You know, I do like using pedals. Every now and again, I have a pedal board. I have my signature Gristle pedal I've had for years. But since I got my Koch amp, if I can avoid it, usually I just plug right into my signature Koch amp, the Greg. And everything you hear is on board it. So the cleans, the overdrive, the more overdrive, the fuzzy, the univibe thing, that's that harmonic vibrato that's right on board. And they are available at Wildwood Guitars, strangely enough. So I like it. Today is kind of Reverend Day, so I'm messing around with different Reverend guitars. I just gave old Pete Anderson the shout out, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Pete Anderson, the PA1 in this glorious, what do we call this? I always forget. Deep blue. It's deep lake blue. Deep sea blue. Thank you. I got it. Deep. For some reason, I want to put lake in there. It's deep sea blue. I love this color. It's also available on the regular East Sider. I have an East Sider in this color and this guitar in this color, which is just magnificent. Roller bridge on this one, correct. Locking tuners, correctamundo. Rock candy blue. I love my Blucifer. I like that kind of talk. How about some Reverend Gary Davis? I do like to do a little Reverend Gary Davis every now and again. Anyway, so I'm going to switch guitars yet again as we're giving the love out here to various Reverends today. I love all the quirky Reverend guitars. I dig them. They play great. They sound great. They stay in tune. They have cool ergonomic things for them. And you can have fun owning several of them and not have to harvest a kidney, which is key in this day and age. I want to have my organs. Any word on the lower wattage version of the Greg? Yes, Nick, that is a good question. There are going to be a couple different ones. They're going to be coming out in the, hopefully in the fall. There's at least going to be the Greg Jr. coming. But then we're talking about doing yet another smaller one with very few features. Can you play Johnny Guitar Watson again? Oh, we can always do Johnny Guitar Watson. We can always do Johnny Guitar Watson. This guitar is a Rick Vito. It's got a volume and tone, regular three-position toggle switch, but I did put a push-pull pot so I could get my my in-between. I like that out-of-phase thing, you know what I'm saying? Right? Sounds so good. What's that now? Oh, I'm getting cut off?
There you go.
There we go. Can you see the guitar?
Boom.
Yeah, let me put this down just a little bit. How's that?
Boom.
There we go. Yeah, your head's kind of getting cut bank change, Bill Kidd, and all the rest. Supposed to have been some bad cats out in the West. They could have dug me and my gangster ways. They'd have hung up their guns and made it to the grave. 'Cause I'm a gangster of love. Woo! I'm a gangster of love. When I walk down the street, girls near and he's a gangster of love. Robbed the local beauty contest to help their first place winner. They found it with me having a big crystal dinner. They tried to get her to go back and pick up a prize. She stood up and told him, you just don't realize he's a gangster of love. That's right. I'm a gangster of love. When I walk down the street, all the girls I meet say he's a gangster of love. Cadillac and I rode across the borderline. Roped 65 girls, missed them all at the same time. Put another 25 or 30, now put them on the freight. $1 million reward for me in each and every state. The sheriff said, you guitar Watson, and a very deep boy. I said, yes, sir, brother sheriff, and that's your wife on the back of my horse. 'Cause I'm a gangster of love. I'm a gangster of love. When I walk in the bar, girls from near and far say he's a gangster of love. 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 Gangster of Love. This is the Reverend Rick Vito model in the gray perloid. It usually just came in the regular perloid, and then they added this color. I dug this color even more than the other one, to be honest with you. So I had to get it. You know what I'm saying? I had to get it. Say what? I had to get it. Say what? I had to get it. Song called I Had to Get It. Can you do? Are we doing this daily now? No, we just had to do one yesterday because this is the Soul Shaker. Thank you very much, Pat. It is the Rick Vito Soul Shaker, which is a great record by Rick Vito, as a matter of fact. What was that walking up chord thing you were doing? Wouldn't you like to know, Jacob? No, that's just this little shell voicing thing. All right. Can you dig it? Great jams as always. Thank you very much. I'm going to switch over to my delicious signature model Reverend instrument at this point in time. We've given some love to Pete Anderson. We've given some love to Rick Vito. Now let's give some love to Drade. This is actually a Wildwood exclusive. Not the model itself. The model is available to one and all in a variety of delicious tone hues. But this color, the Clockwork Orange color, is available only at Wildwood Guitars. Although I think it is also available in the UK, maybe at Merchant City Music, if I'm not mistakes. But the other colors are available everywhere that Reverends are sold, and that is the Lucifer color, my personal favorite, up until the orange, of course. Axis Purple. There's also a Wow Red and a Pow Yellow, and they're glorious. Can you dig it? Excellent jams, GK. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes, all right. What other questions do I have? What's going on with that neck pickup? Nothing. There's just a surround on it. It's a initially it was going to be metal, but the metal messed with the sound of the pickup. So then Joe Naylor said, "What do you think about a parchment surround?" I said, "That looks even cooler." So we did that. So, can you dig it? Can you dig it? We played some Jimmy earlier. We played some Jimmy. We played some of my jams. We played some Little Feat. We played some Johnny Cash today. We've done all kinds of stuff. Foolish Mortals. I feel all over. My life was one special occasion. Till you're living now in this situation, yeah. Standing on shaky ground. Ever since you put me down. Standing on shaky ground. Ever since you put me down. My car got repossessed this morning. How many times I haven't seen it yet. I think you better throw me a life preserver. 'Cause I'm about to drown in my own. Standing on shaky ground. Ever since you put me down. Standing on shaky ground. Ever since you put me down. Standing on shaky ground. Ever since you put me down. Standing on shaky ground. Ever since you put me down. Woo! Woo! A few Zepp quotes in there for the kids with the shaky ground. Yes. Yes, a little bit of Rova in there. There was a little bit of Sick Again in there. There was a little bit of Custard Pie. There was also a little bit of the Nebworth version of the Whole Lot of Love interlude. There was all kinds of different stuff in there. Yeah, Mickey's Monkey is actually Custard Pie by the Zepp. Yeah, can you dig it? All right. Well, you know what? We got time for some questions and so on and so forth, folks. What do you got out there? Thanks, Dylan, for helping us out. Yes. Rocking and rolling. Thank you, Dylan. How important is music theory for the modern guitar player, in your opinion? Well, it's always nice to know what the hell you're doing. Pure and simple. It's nice to know what the hell you're doing. Is it absolutely essential to playing a lot of popular music? No, it's not essential, but Knowing what's going on with harmony and so on and so forth gives you more tools for the toolbox. I like to have a toolbox ready to rock. Sonic toolbox to unleash tools of the night, to intoxicate and to annihilate. Right? To intoxicate and to annihilate. Snare? Did he hit the snare? He did. He got it. He got it. But it did. Love your Live on the Radio album. Will you ever do another live album? Well, there's a live half of not Radio for Gristle. Double the Gristle is a live record from back in 1996, but there's some blistering gristle on there if you're so inclined. But yeah, we'll definitely do another live record at some point. Interestingly enough, we with that lineup that was on the actually it's a slightly different lineup, the Nation Sack lineup. So Malford Milligan singing, Del Bennett on drums, Tom Good on bass. We played at the Waterfront Blues Festival in Portland, Oregon, 10 years ago. And they're not having it this year, obviously, because of COVID-19. And so they're actually going to rerun our performance there. Apparently, they not only recorded it audio-wise, but they filmed it, unbeknownst to me. So they're going to broadcast that, and I'm going to get a copy of that. And if it's good, I might do something about releasing that bad boy and see what Malford thinks about that. I think he'd dig it. What guitar am I having? This is my signature Reverend instrument. Yes, it is the Gristle Master in Cockwork Orange, roasted maple neck. It is available at Wildwood Guitars. This particular color is only available there, and they also did a version with a Pau Ferro neck. So, ribbon mic on the amp. Actually, it's an M Audio condenser mic. What the hell is this damn thing? M Audio. What is this thing called, Dylan? I've had it for years and I've never used it. And then when the pandemic hit, we started doing these streams, and then I thought, we got to put a mic on that damn thing. So that's what we did. It's an old school M Audio condenser. 2008, that sounds about right. Back in the day. Can you dig it? Pedal board or no pedal board? That is your own situation. Some people, I mean, I do like having pedals for some extra little treats, sonic treats. It's nice to have a little delay every now and again, especially if I do like Tonus Diabolicus, a tune of mine that I do a sync tempo thing with the delay. But I do like just going straight into the amp and not having to have anything else. That is incredibly liberating, especially when we're touring and you want to skedaddle. It just makes life a lot easier. Next Achilles next. Oh, that would be a good one. Huh? Achilles Last Stand. What do the rest? When do the rest of the Luke interviews air? I think soon. I think Paul's got it all. Parceled up. I guess that was the word I was looking for. He just puts them in so that it's not so long in one fell swoop. He cuts them up into little pieces. That amp one day will be mine. Oh, yes. Yes. Do you ever use loop effects? Not much, Dan, to be honest with you. That's just, again, another layer of stuff I don't want to deal with. I mean, it's a good thing to do. I mean, especially delays if you're using the amp overdrive. You don't want to put delay in front of the amp where it gets all ratty sounding. So that would be a definitely time where I would use an effects loop. But I just haven't done it. Say hello to Brazil, São Paulo. Hey, Brazil, what's going on? Who's the scariest guitar player ever jammed in? You mean smelling or playing? Well, certainly Guthrie Govan. When you got to go up and play with Guthrie Govan, you got to have be prepared. Jimmy Herring's another bad boy. But again, it's not a competition, so it's not like going. It's just you just be who you are. And if you're confident in what you do, it's just a nice conversation. You can tell in 2 seconds when you're jamming with somebody if it's a wiener measuring contest, and that usually never happens with anyone that's any good. Wow, am I right or am I right? Oh, Joe Bonamont. Well, Joe was always very nice about the jams. I mean, it was never that. It was never wieneristic. Every guitar you play sounds fantastic. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. New Strat or new Telly. I'm in love with the Texas T. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool guitars lurking. Come on, Greg. You know your tone comes from the beanie. Well, that's a fact. I'm going to take these little things. I've very much enjoyed having these things, the ear monitors. That makes life easier when we're doing these streams. I can actually hear myself burst into song. Before it was like, I think I'm singing. That's always happened to me every time because I'm tall and any kind of monitoring system, it always gives stuff. And I've never tried in-ears at all because I just haven't. So now I have and I dig it. Have you ever jammed with Luke? No, I have not. What power tubes are in your amp? Talk more about the amp if you have time. Sounds great. Well, thank you, John. It is EL34s. It can either be on 25 watts or 50 watts. I have it on the 50 watt mode at present. There's two control panels. There's one on the front and there's one on the back. That seems excessive, but it's not really that big of a deal. Basically, the amp controls are on the front. On the top, it's a 3-button reverb. There's 3 buttons for the harmonic vibrato. There's a rate and there's a depth, and then there's a gain for that. And then there's a gain and a volume for the OTS effect, which is output tube saturation. So it's like overdriving a power amp tube, like a half-watt power amp tube you can add to either channel. So this is the clean sound. Clean sound with a little bit of harmonic vibrato. To that clean sound, I can add the OTS effect, which is just that output tube saturation. That sounds more like a Fender amp crank. Or I could turn that off, go back to the clean sound, go to the lead sound, a little more martially. I can add a output. I can add a gain boost to that channel. Or I can add the OTS on top of that as well. So, in short, the greatest combo amp of all time for me, anyway. So, dig it. Questions out there. Ride the volume and tone knob, or is it always at 10? No, I ride the controls all the time. You dig it? Who's calling me? Someone's calling. Can you dig it? Greg, how do you stop your gas? Well, I find that Beano helps. Take a little bit of that. It seems to mitigate the... Actually, you know what? I've been pretty good about buying stuff as of late. So, Pat Travers was the first one I saw do that with the volume control. Oh, it's been... Well, you know, the first ones to do it back in the day were the lap steel players. You know what I mean? When they... And Roy Buchanan certainly was the guy that really kind of made it popular on the guitar. Did I ever see Roy Buchanan live? No, I never did. I never did. I would have loved to have seen him live, but he died in 88. 87 or 88? No, it was 88. Yeah, I just got done with college. I was up in Wisconsin and he never came through where I could see him. So unfortunately, I didn't see him. I travel in a semi throughout the week and need a good amp. What would you recommend? I'm mostly a blues rock player, so something small. Boy, you know what? I would say this smaller Koch amp when it comes out. But you know, it's an amp I've had forever, and I keep on getting rid of them and buying them again, and they sound great. It's a little Fender Pro Junior, one of my favorite amps of all time. They're affordable, all tube, delicious. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? That's an excellent question. Chocolate chip mint. Who's with me out there? My favorite sundae. Let's just do a quick recap. If I go to, although you got to remember I'm in Wisconsin, so we got these frozen custard places all over the place. So there's all kinds of places to get really good frozen custard. But 31 flavors. You go into there. I like to get a 3-scoop sundae or a 2-scoop sundae if I'm not feeling too gluttonous. I haven't gotten one in years, but I would like to. I wanted to go there the other day. It just didn't happen. Anyway, a scoop of chocolate chip mint, a scoop of peanut butter chocolate, okay? Then maybe chocolate almond as a triumvirate, hot fudge, whipped cream, cherry, nuts. Who's with me out there? That sounds delicious. I'm in. How do I raise a family of other musicians so I can finally form the ultimate band? Or do you just have to put a drum kit in front of him? You know, Dylan came out all on his own. He decided he wanted to do it, and from a very early age, he always wanted to beat on the drums. Wanted to beat them damn drums. The other kids, you know, they do various different creative endeavors. John has been practicing sax as of late and plays in some jazz ensembles. Can you dig it? Bill Kirchen, fantastic player and a cool cat, I might add. Talk slower. Gilly's Custard on Blue Mound, not too far away from my house. Thoughts on Carlos Santana? You know, I've always been a Santana fan, I got to be honest with you. The Moonflower record was very integral in my guitar development. Favorite cannabis strain? I don't party at all. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. I stopped years ago. 1995, I believe, is when I turned the faucet off from on pouring. Can you dig it? Cannabis is not for partying. Oh, you mean to rub on my balls? I'm just kidding. What? I didn't say that out loud. Cannabis on the pouch. Cannabis on the pouch. I had to go there. Sorry. I took a little detour into magical land. Am I a Rory Gallagher fan? Yes. Gas is addiction enough. Well, there's that. I do drink a lot of coffee, though. I do go through phases where I try to diminish my coffee intake. But that is a fool's errand. It's so delicious and invigorating. Who's with me out there? Who likes those coffee? Can you demo some of your crazy bends? I took that G string and I brought it to another planet, and I think it didn't like it. Coffee on the pouch, maybe. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, the Hendrix bend. I like when he goes. Does that on that Hey Baby song. That's an awesome series. Dig my new autographed Gristle King pedal. What settings do you like on yours? That's a good question. It changes. I usually have the, as you're looking at it, I take the two toggle switches and they're both out. So I go like this, right? Boom. And then I have that toggle switch that way. And then I only have the clean boost up around 1 o'clock-ish. So I just like a slight boost on top of that. And then I kind of start at 12 o'clock on the overdrive on everything. And then I just kind of tweak it from there. So I start tone 12, gain 12, volume 12, and then I just kind of tweak it a little bit to kind of correspond with whatever rig I'm using. So I like to put the clean boost on and put the overdrive on top of that. That's usually how I do things. Found out about you from when you visited Tosin Abasi's booth at NAMM. You are insane. Oh, well, thank you. That was very nice of him to have me come over there and check out that sweet guitar. Sounds like crying flowers. You bloom a note, and then it bends and cries, then it withers. I like that, Levi. I like that. Telly or Les Paul, what do you prefer and why? Well, I prefer, especially now that I have my signature pickups, because basically what they allow you to do is I think a Telly is a perfect Telly is more versatile than a Lester. Lester, of course, gets warmer and you can sustain a little bit more. And the old ones are real high buck custom shop ones. Actually, they make anyway. A Telly is the most versatile, except for they're noisy. They can be noisy, but with my pickups, you can get all that's best about a Telly. 2 voices. And you can be on a Telly which stays in tune. You can treat it like a farm animal. You don't have to worry about cracking the damn neck thing. Neck thing. Headstock, I think, is what I was going for. But this particular, I prefer to play my Gristlemaster. I do have a 53 Telly. I like to play it around the house. I do take it out to gigs and play it about once a night. And I got to be careful because the pickups are really microphonic, but I prefer to play this guitar. Are you a fan of Eric Gale's? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Les Paul, the Maple Neck might be cool to try. Yeah, that would be cool. Do you like harmony guitars? I have had some harmony guitars in my past. Greg, I love you, but my son wants to Frisbee until the next Stormstrom visit. Well, thanks, Jacob. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your Frisbee experience. I'm glad your child likes to play Frisbee. Frisbee is an awesome enterprise. My wife and I have tried to get our kids involved with Frisbee activities. They're not feeling it. When you did Brave New Blues, did you have a custom shop Fiesta Red Telly? Yes, I still have that guitar. It's in the other room there. I'm looking at it from afar. Can you play Hey Baby by Jimmy? You know, we'll do that one next time. Next time we will do that. Had to step away. What tune was that? What tune? I'm sorry, did I just play a tune? I can't remember. My brain. Opinions on Cage. Do you know I've never really utilized it? What new guitarist knocks your socks off? Well, there's a lot of great new guitar players. There's a ton of them. I really like that Mateus Asado. He plays really inspiring, beautiful music on a guitar. Certainly there's a whole troop of young fellas now. Mark Lettieri is great. Ariel Posen, Joey Landreth. There's a ton of them. I know I'm missing some off the top of my head, but that's what comes to mind. I reckon your Telly sounds different to the Fenders due to the Carina body. Yes, it does. I mean, how I describe it is that you've got Ash and you've got Alder. Ash being, even though people argue about this stuff online as much as they argue about other things these days. But Ash, to me, is a brighter, faster attack. Alder is a little warmer, a little slower attack. Carina's probably somewhere in the middle there. So, Corey Wong, yeah, he's great. He's great. I like Isaiah Sharkey. He's fantastic. But to be honest, I don't really listen to a lot of new music. That's just, I mean, on Instagram, I'll go, oh, that's cool. Because, you know, when you've been writing your own music for years, you usually look backwards because you find stuff that inspires you. That you're like, how did I miss this? And so I'm still connecting the dots, but always as it's feeding into how I write songs and so on and so forth. And so I'm not, that's why it's weird when people go, hey, boy, that sounds like so-and-so. I'm like, I sounded like that before so-and-so was even in the public sphere. But, you know, because you're not, that's just the way it is. You know, music is a popularity contest. And if you're not out front and center, people have connect the dots a little differently. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Not that I don't give a crap one way or the other. If people enjoy it, they enjoy it. Let the good times roll. Can you dig it? All right, folks. I think it's Marcus King. Yeah, he is fantastic. Tom Bakovic. Yeah, he's wicked. I saw some stuff of his. Fantastic. John, I was just listening to some Larry Coryell today with Gary Burton. I enjoyed that immensely. When will the Gristlemaster come in a lefty? That's a good question. It's with the pickups. The pickups are the problem. Trying to get the pickups to be... got the dead guy listening syndrome myself. Nice one. As a Dutch guy, I'm interested of Dylan Koch version 2 of your amp. Yes, it's coming. It's coming. Sort of like Albert King before his SRV. Yes. But not. But yes. Fresh cream, that vibrato never gets old. That's a fact. Daniel Donato's cool. Yes, he is. Yeah, Richie Coxon. I've never listened to Richie Coxon. I've seen him. He plays great. He sings great. But yeah, my path was already set in stone by the time Richie Kotzen came along. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got your thing, and somebody go, hey, that's cool. So unless it's weird. What are you gonna do? There are some things I'll see. Usually when I see something that somebody else does, I'll go, well, that's cool. I think I'll use it a different way. The times of me like figuring out stuff exactly what somebody else does, unless it's like old stuff, probably not going to happen. I do practice a lot and learn new things, but again, as it applies to me refining my own deal. Can you dig it? What would be different on the version 2 of the amp? That's an excellent question. We're going to no shred legato licks at Blues Influence at 200 BPM. I'll leave that for others. The version 2 is going to be, we're going to do like a less feature-oriented thing, because this one's got a million features on it. That's why it's a little pricier than, a lot of people don't want to spend $2,500 on an amplifier. Although in this day and age, I've always wanted an old Vibrolux. I've had custom Vibroluxes, which is something that Fender made from 95 to up until about 4 years ago. That was my main amp for a long time, and I've got 2 of them, and I love them. But I always wanted an old Vibrolux. I've used them in studios. I want one. There's nothing that sounds like a Blackface Vibrolux. And I found one the other day, and it was $3,500. I was like, I'm not buying that amp for $3,500. So people go, your amp's really expensive. I'm like, yeah, it does a million different things extraordinarily well, and if you didn't want to ever buy a pedal again, you wouldn't have to. So therefore, it's worth every damn penny. So, but I understand it's a lot of money. So the other amplifier, the junior version, will be will have reverb. It'll have one channel with probably a gain boost option on it, as a single 12-inch speaker. Then we're talking about doing another one that'll be very low key. Because I've talked for years about an amplifier with one knob that says more. So this will be similar to that, but I do want reverb on it, so it'll have more than one knob that says more. Are the Milwaukee bars open yet? Well, there are some. $26.99. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for piping in with that. Thoughts on John Cruz being sacked? That's... you know what? You can't say stuff online as a public figure if you don't want ramifications. That's the bottom line. So you can have your opinions, but don't put them in a public sphere, even though people are like, well, that's, look, my job as a musician, as I see it, I definitely have opinions on a variety of different things, but my attempt is to bring joy to people. Okay. So I can bring joy to people across party lines. And as soon as you start muddying the waters, especially when I'm representing brands of other brands as well, now that doesn't say that, when it comes down to it and you got to stand up for this, that, and the next thing, of course you do that, but not in a public sphere, in my opinion. Is that political enough for you? There we go. Anyway. You like to play out so tastefully. What is your advice to do? Like to play. You mean? You know what? We'll get to that next time. So thanks so much for tuning in. One last question: did you ever see Stevie Ray Vaughan live? Yes, I saw him several times live. I was supposed to go see him that last weekend. at Alpine Valley. They were playing there 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I had tickets for the Saturday night, but I got a gig, so I couldn't do the Saturday night. Then my then girlfriend, now wife, we were going to go down on Sunday, but Alpine Valley is about a 40-minute drive from Milwaukee, and Bonnie Raitt was playing in Milwaukee that night. And I had seen Stevie Ray so many times, and I really wanted to go see Bonnie because she had just released a record I really dug, and I said, let's go see Bonnie. Plus, it was rumored that Stevie Ray was going to sit in with her because he was going to get done at Alpine Valley and come up because Clapton was the headliner of those shows at Alpine Valley. But we went and saw Bonnie that night instead. So, and of course, the next day we found out what happened. So listen, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central, I'll be doing my Fishman live feed. So join us for that if you'd be so kind. And we'll be back Wildwooding again next week. So thanks so much, y'all. We'll see you cats later.